Yes! Yes! Get in! Yes! Very early in the season for this match, but it's obviously a big one because this is going to set the tone straight away from the off. Mentally, who's the upper hand? I know it's early in the season, but if Liverpool lose to Arsenal, it's only 3 games gone, I know, and look, it shouldn't make a difference to anyone's season, but it's still good to have a mental edge over someone. Arsenal obviously been up thereabouts for the last, this is going on their 4th season, I think they're 3 seconds. And I think, look, my prediction at the start of the season, I think Liverpool will win the league. I just think there'll be a drop off from Arsenal. Obviously, they've won their first 2 games, which is a great start. We see now Man City here as drawn with Brighton. It's not the best start for Man City either. So, you know, the heavyweights are going at it today with Liverpool and Arsenal. I've just seen the lineup there now, so I'm happy with the team, what we have. Obviously, we have Alisson and goals. You're seeing this already. It's not news to you, but I just said I'd do it before half-time and full-time. So Alisson obviously is in goals. I'm happy with that. Saboslai right full. I think Saboslai has been one of our best performers personally this season, so I'm actually a big fan of Saboslai. Super engine, but he's going to do a job today right full by the looks of it. Obviously Kanate, who hasn't been performing the best, but you know, I think he's still a top player. Van Dijk obviously, and Kirkes. Now Kirkes, I actually surprised. I thought Kirkes, I had a feeling during the week that Liverpool was going to go with Robertson. That obviously wasn't the case. Kirkes, it felt like he was caught in behind a couple of times last week against Newcastle and stuff. But look, no one had their best game against Newcastle, so I can't fault him for that. And he, look, maybe he's still adjusting to the team. But I just thought for today's fixture, I thought they would have put in Robertson. But anyways, I'm still happy. Gravenberch and McAllister, delighted with that. And then we have Salah, Wirtz and Gakpo with Ekitike up top. So it's actually as good as the team you're going to get. So I'm happy with that. Arsenal obviously are a stiff team, as I know. They're a hard team to break down without Arteta and his team. I'm looking obviously Rice, Subimendi, Marino. They're the 3 boys they have into midfield. Obviously Martinelli, Gyökeres and Maduka, whatever they call him. The former Chelsea player. Just thought that was a winner for Brighton. So obviously Arsenal's going to be a tough team to break down. We know that. But I'm feeling confident today. Like, that might change. You'll see me at full time. I hope they press Arsenal while they're at Anfield, put them under pressure. I think when you're at Anfield, that was the one thing I had a problem with last season. I felt that when we were playing against PSG, a big team coming to Anfield and that is that we set off with a 1-goal lead, and I thought it was shocking tactics by us in the Champions League last season. I hope to go for the throat against Arsenal. Oh my God, Jesus, that's some goal. Milner's after scoring. Was it Milner? No, it wasn't Milner. But what a goal. Brighton's after scoring a winner. But anyway, I hope we go at Arsenal. I want to put... Gabriel is a tough player, and he's likeable if you have him on your team. He's very annoying, obviously, when you're playing against him. I want him to put Saliba under pressure. I think Saliba's a nervous wreck when you put him under pressure. He makes a lot of mistakes on the ball. I hope that's what to do. I hope they're pressing them boys at all times during this game to make, try and force mistakes. Look, Liverpool should be in the front foot of this game, and I'd be happy if they are, because I think if they are, I think we're winning the game. Arteta's team, as I said, are hard to break down. If they feel 20 minutes, 25 minutes that they're frustrating Liverpool, it's 0-0, it's tight and they're getting chances, they will try and dog it out, and they will be hard to break down. So let's go. Hopefully now at half time I'll have a smile on my face. That's the first half over. Do you know what? I think it's been absolutely boring as shit. Been very uneventful. As I said before the game, about PSG, just for example, last year, because that game stuck out to me. We're not pressing. The game looks too relaxed for my liking. Now, and Liverpool are showing absolutely no urgency in this game. It's even in possession, and actually Arsenal have more shots. We've seen the stats there at the end, and have more touches in the box. But you can tell anyway, if you're watching the game, you'll know that. I think Liverpool are very, very poor in this game. That's one thing I miss about Klopp's team, is that it's always urgency. Any team that comes to Anfield, they're fearing it, because they're just going at you. And rightly so when you come to Anfield. I just hope that this is not going to be something that's going to continue to go as the season progresses. That we're too standoffish, which we are. I know Arsenal's a tough team and you don't want to give anything away, but they're at Anfield. You should be going at them. You should actually be putting them under pressure. Show a bit of urgency. We're too cagey. We're trying to act too cagey, and nothing's even coming off for being too cagey. We're in our own half, it seems, more times than we are in their half. We're defending corners. The amount of corners Arsenal have gotten, and us having to defend it, I just think that Arsenal, to me, are slightly the better team. They're more physical as well. That's one thing that I think, again, is missing from the Liverpool team, is the physicality. Do you know, Arsenal have that bit more of a dog in them, a bit more of a bite. We don't seem to have that. I just don't think it's happening for us this game. I don't know. As I said, we're too standoffish, and I just think we're letting Arsenal just, I wouldn't say do what they want, but the way this game is going, I'm seeing an Arsenal goal. If Arsenal scores, what happens then? Then we have to be urgent. Why not be urgent from the off? We're at Anfield. We're not going there to get a result. We're not in the Emirates trying to get a draw, which would be a good result. We're at Anfield, and you want teams coming to Anfield being, as I said, the Klopp thing, where they were afraid to come to Anfield. They were never getting a result. And this is what I feel. I think we're too standoffish, and we haven't got enough bite, and it's shown in this game. What are we like in defence? We're okay. I mean, we haven't conceded. That's a good thing. We're defending well from corners. Van Dijk gave a silly pass there away at the edge of the box, but nothing came of it, so there's nothing really, we're not going to talk about that highlight. I'm sure they won't, but it was a soft pass to give away. He should have shooten, actually. That time he actually anticipated the pass and he got it. I think he should have shooten. But look, I know he was trying to give it to someone else maybe and something to come off it, but it didn't happen. I thought we're very Kirkus. If there's space out at that part of the pitch, I'm afraid Kirkus is going to get it up. You can see about the pace. Your man's just too fast for him. Kirkus made a great recovery tackle where he got caught, and I thought to myself he's going to give away a penalty. But in fairness, he stood up and he got his challenge, but that won't keep happening. What can you do if they're playing a line? Preferably, I prefer him standing a bit deeper just to give himself that extra yard or two of pace. But it's professional football; they're going to be playing a line. I'm just afraid that if they get in behind, Kirkus is going to be caught for pace. You can see that. But look, he made a good recovery tackle. That's all he can do. In pace, he can't just instantly make it happen. But he does look a bit sluggish. Gravenberg is actually playing all right, but he's actually giving away a silly yellow card there. A yellow card he didn't need to give away. There was nothing he could have done. Why just take a yellow card? Your man was away as it is. So I think that was a silly yellow card to give away on Calafiori. What else is there to go in this game? We need urgency. What needs to change? Yeah, I think we need to go at Arsenal. I know you're kind of leaving yourself a bit open at times because you're going for the game. But go for it. Because there's nothing going to be worse. And I can tell this Arsenal team, I know what Arsenal's like. They'll sucker punch you. If they sucker punch us, then we'll have to then get our tools together and start going at them again and trying to bring a bit of urgency. But I think you should be going for it. The game. I'm not happy the way Liverpool played in the first half. You can't have everything your own way. But this is a marker. Two teams is going to be going for the league. This is a marker. You have to go at Arsenal in this game. Go for it. We're too standoffish. And to be honest, I never smoked weed in my life. But the way I'm feeling this half, sitting here, I'd say it feels like it because I'm just like that. I'm so relaxed about it. There's nothing happening. So, yeah, we need to be better. We need to be much better. So, anyways, I don't know. Well, let's see how the second half goes. I'll be here after the full time for a bit of giving out. So, So that's the first half to me summed up. Free kick here, edge of the box. Said I'll record this part. I've an awful feeling Saboslai is going to put a screamer in. Obviously, you'll never see this if it doesn't happen. One Saboslai. You have the drive. Come on. Yes! Yes! Get in! Yes! That's that. Much better second half. After that first half, as we were saying, they were actually, the no urgency, they were very, very slow. They were much better in the second half. They came out, like after the first half, Arsenal having more shots and more touches in the first half than Liverpool in their box. Liverpool has just turned that around, which is great to see. I thought they were much better in the second half. Saboslai, what have we saying about him? He's been unbelievable for us. But the second half in particular. The pass, I just wrote down here because I wanted to make a mark of it. I didn't really feck all, to be honest, after the second half. But remember that pass he put into Wirtz from his own, right in his own half, deep in his own half. Brilliant pass. Worth pass it to Salah. Salah was a bit off today. Salah was a bit like, I don't know, he was taking that extra touch. He was a bit slower, you know, taking his time. And by the time he kind of lined himself up to have shots, you know, the ball was getting took off him and stuff. So Salah wasn't really on it. But that's what you need, because Salah scored loads of goals last season. You need something, and you need somebody other than Salah sometimes if he's not performing. So, you know, and he didn't have a good game today, but that's okay. Saboslai stood up with an amazing free kick. What about unbelievable free kick? And he's been brilliant. I'll say he'll get man of the match. Just I'm laughing at Endo in the last few minutes. Now that annoyed me if that went against me, that Endo foul when Arsenal were breaking away. Now, they were breaking away, it was in the middle of the field, but Endo took a yellow card, right foul to make. That happened against me, that would drive me mental. But you need more, you need that. Liverpool needs that again, that kind of nastiness. But yeah, much better the second half. We were the better team in the second half. Obviously, Arsenal are a threat with their corners, their long throw. They're more physical than anything else, Arsenal. They're really physical. And like these balls, and they're loving the flick-ons, and anyway the ball trickles at all, and then they'll throw themselves to the ground. They get a bit of a touch. That's the way to play. And it can be frustrating to play against. It can be hard to play against. And as I said to you, you have to be wary of them, because there was a couple of times in that game, remember the first half we were saying with Kirkes, and there was a time with Gomez. If they feel you breathing, the Arsenal players, they'll go down, like, you know. But Jesus, I'm happy to get away, because Arsenal's a tough team to beat. They're very difficult to beat. So I'm happy that we got 3 points there, and we're going into the international break with 9 points. Overall, like, I mean, we weren't brilliant against Bournemouth. We weren't brilliant against Newcastle. We were very good for the second half there, and we've 9 points. So that part of it you could say is promising. Will you keep getting away with it? Probably not. But then again, Liverpool is not going to keep playing. I think Liverpool will definitely steamroll teams at times as well, because you just know it's brewing. And they'll get better as the lads come along, as they gel together. The likes of Frimpong when he comes back. Obviously, Schwartz was a bit better today. He was quiet for the first maybe 25 minutes, then he got into it and he some nice touches and that. But there's more from him. I feel there's another level from him, because I think he's going to be a very good player. As I said, delighted with that result. You can't ask for any more. Only 9 points out of 9 is brilliant. In particular, Arsenal. You're playing Arsenal. You know, I like to get 3 points against Arsenal, because Arsenal is going to win lots of games and they'll be putting pressure on Liverpool, and that's for sure. So just, you know, having that 3 points over them already is a good start. Chelsea, Man City didn't look good today, so I mean, I know it's only early in that, but I'm looking at who's out there and that. But yeah, 2 tough teams today. Delighted Liverpool got it. We were much better the second half, and I think that's what Liverpool need to do. I think they need to start going at teams at Anfield. Go for the kill. Now, I know I was a big fan of Klopp's style, and I think everyone was, because it was as they called, a heavy metal football. You know, maybe Slott's clever. Obviously, he wants his team to last the season. He doesn't want to have injuries, because it is a bit more intensity. The intensity is a bit less. You can see that, and maybe that was the tactics today. Maybe, I mean, you know, as I said, they were very slow in the first half. Maybe he told them in the second half, we need more from you, and they've gradually got into it, and they got better as they went along, and they showed more intensity and more nastiness. And that's what was needed. Great result today. 9 points out of 9. Brilliant. So, yeah, we'll be back, obviously, when Liverpool's next game after the international break. But I'm delighted with that. I'm sure every Liverpool fan is. Can't ask for more. Brilliant. Now, I'm going to watch the post-match analysis and see what the lads are saying. So, we'll see you soon.